Hey guys, how you doing today? This is Riley of the Big Thing in Aussie, and I'm back at it with another NBA video for you guys. Crazy week of playoffs basketball we've just had. So if you can remember back to maybe about half a week ago, we had, well, maybe it was a whole week ago now, that the Golden State Warriors actually swept the Portland Trailblazers, which was pretty incredible. It's crazy to think that Portland, after having such a big run through the playoffs, through OKC and through the Nuggets, that they got, brought back a peg, I'd say, with the Splash Brothers just, absolutely doing their thing. I think Steph Curry's had some, he's getting up there with the playoff records in terms of, the three-pointers made, and he was just having consecutive 30-plus point games. He was just shooting crazy shooting splits and efficiencies. Clay was doing his thing as well as you had Draymond Green just absolutely excelling. I think he got 2 or 3 triple-doubles in that series. He was just stuffing the stat sheet, making the smart play every time. When I was watching those games, I think there was game 2 or game 3, where it went right to the wire, and the Trailblazers were up and Golden State made some big comeback surge, and Iguodala got that clutch block at the end. If I can get the clip, I'll post it now. But Iggy came up with a clutch block on Dame to finish it, and basically that just summed up the whole series. Whenever Golden State went on runs, Dame and CJ, they'd try their best to kind of slow things down, but it just was never enough. Also, the Warriors got a lot of production out of their bench, so you can say, Kevon Looney, Alonzo McKinney, even Andrew Bogut, or their whole bench unit was stepping up. Iguodala, they're all playing very good defense. They were breaking them down on the pick and rolls, and just what else is there to say? It was a 4-0 sweep. Warriors look like just how they did back in 2015 before KD got there. KD is still out, which is questionable. I'm recording this just after the Game 1 NBA Finals results, in which the Raptors actually won. But it's kind of crazy to see that Boogie's back and KD's still out, so could be a bit of a worry for Warriors fans, but I'm sure he'll be back in a few games. But that being said, the Portland Trailblazers, they played a hell of a playoffs. It's just a shame that they had to go out again in a sweep like that. However, they showed a lot of resilience, and Dame really proved why he is a top 5 point guard and ahead of some of these other guys like your Russell Westbrooks. And I'm an OKC fan, but I can say that I think Dame's better. He proved it in the playoffs where it matters the most. But anyway, going on to the next series, we talk about the Raptors and Bucks. What a crazy series that was. So it went 6 games. At times it looked like Milwaukee were the better team and were just going to go straight to the finals. However, the Raptors really just dug deep. Kawhi Leonard is another machine altogether. He's some sort of Terminator or something. I don't understand. However, he really deserves it. He gave it his all, and you can't just credit Kawhi to the Raptors' success. There's obviously other pieces such as Marc Gasol. He's hitting his shots. He's being a slower, taller, older guy. You'd think that he wouldn't really show up too much on the defensive end, especially in the second half of his career. However, he's proving them wrong. He's showing why he was a former Defensive Player of the Year. He's knocking down his threes as well. And then you got Pascal Siakam, Spicy P. That dude is going off in that first game of the finals. Oh my god, he was just doing everything. Euro stepping around Draymond, hitting threes, getting clutch blocks, playing out of his mind. He is in this, I believe he was in the same draft class as Ben Simmons, so he's still 22, 23, and first finals appearance for Raptors as a club franchise. Yeah, that's the word. And he's doing his thing. But that being said, let's go back to the Bucks series. You had Giannis, trying to do his thing. I think it was in game 4 maybe, that you kind of saw that the Raptors kind of created a wall for him. He couldn't really penetrate as much, and he was kicking out to shooters, which went through their streaky shooter kind of days, and Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate for Milwaukee, who achieved the threshold of 60 wins in the regular season, and they really proved that they were the real deal. But the Raptors were just better. They had more production from their bench pieces. They had the rebounding advantage. But all credit to Giannis. I think he's only 24, 25, and he's going to be there again next year, that's for sure. And he's going to be knocking on the door. And I would not be surprised if they could even beat the Raptors next year. But that being said, Raptors were the better team. It went down to some really close moments. I think Chris Middleton is criminally underrated. He was an all-star this year, but in the sense that he's just doing it on the biggest stage. As a second option to Giannis, that's pretty tough. He was getting guarded by Kawhi a lot of the time. And just credit to him. But that being said, the Bucks gave it their all in the closeout game. Though the Raptors really just had their foot on their throats, and it was just anytime the Bucks would start off hot, the Raptors would just slowly chip away at the lead, and that's what playoff basketball is all about. It's a game of runs, and they showed that they had more resilience in that series. So the last thing we're going to talk about in this video is just the finals, which we've just seen one game of, and what a game that was, honestly. The whole time the Raptors, I think, had the lead, or nearly the whole game, but you sort of always felt the Golden State were on their toes. KD was out, and Boogie was in. He played not many minutes, didn't play the best, I'd say. Maybe Bogut would have done better, but maybe that's just Aussie bias there. But so basically, Golden State, they came out pretty flying. Curry and Clay were just going off. Draymond got a triple-double, the usual. I think the difference was that you had those bench pieces on the Raptors. Kawhi didn't have an exceptional game. He still did his thing, don't get me wrong, but you had your Fred VanVleets and Pascal Siakams and Serge Ibaka's and Marc Gasol's all stepping up, all showing that they're really there to win the championship. And you got to remember, this is at home for the Raptors. This is their first playoff experience ever, and the fans are behind them. Drake's behind them, so they're gonna give it their all. That being said, Game 2 could be a different story. Warriors might have figured something out, but however, if the Raptors keep getting production from all their bench pieces, and they look like they're operating with a lot of chemistry. Kyle Lowry might not be shooting the best, however, he is distributing very well. He's making the right plays. They're turning the ball a lot less. They're turning over the ball a lot less than the Warriors right now, which could change. But I was really impressed by the Raptors. However, it's just game 1. I think the Warriors will come out flying, and as soon as they get KD back, it's going to be dangerous, especially back in Oakland. It's going to be tough for the Raptors to win on the road. I'll put it that way. However, right now, I'd love to say that the Raptors would win, but I just said that Golden State is going to come out slashing. They're going to come out firing. But that being said, the series could go 6 or 7. Really could go either way. But I'm going to give it to the Warriors in 6. That's the safe bet. Throughout this whole playoff run, I've always been telling my mates, Raptors going to get to the finals. And they did. And they've shown exactly why they deserve to be there. They put it all on the floor. But I think that when it comes to the Warriors and the experience, the quality and the skill, I think Clay is going to turn into a killer Clay. Steph's just going to be shooting at insane efficiency, drawing 2 defenders, leaving people open, and breaking down the defense. And then when Kevin Durant comes back, if he comes back, that'll change the series. Without KD, let me say Raptors in 7. Just putting it up. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video, guys. Hope you all had a fabulous day. I'm just about to go to work. Been studying all day, got uni finals coming up. I will have a investments video coming up, a really interesting one, so stay tuned for that. And that'll be all, guys. Signing out. Big Thing in Aussie. Have a good one. See ya.